How's it going, guys? Good morning, good morning. It's another day, and war never changes. War never changes. How's it going, guys, in the chat? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the craziest crypto show on YouTube, and we do it, of course, at least 2 times a day. And now it's going to be 3 times because, of course, Papa Pal's out here crapping his belt. And we get, of course, the pop-up pullback like we usually see before the FOMC meeting. And I'll tell you guys, of course, later on. Yeah, winning. Yeah, John Doe, let's freaking go. Good morning, LFG. Coming from John Doe. Good morning, John Doe. G-Dog in the house. Good morning, guys. Hope you got your coffee. Hope you're ready to go. I got coffee. And I got tea. It's going to be a long freaking day. It's going to be a long day. Let's go. Oh, geez. Yep, and the prices this morning, too. Yikes. But a good opportunity to buy if you got any dry powder left remaining. Good morning, Chaos. Got tired of winning. Winning. Tiger blood. Yep, me too. Yeah, I'm so tired of winning, guys. I'm so tired of winning. I really wanted to be wrong today. I really did. G-Dog says I've been winning for over a year now. I know, man. What can I say? I've been doing the same thing too for years. Mario Gomez says, "Good morning, Daddy Chaos." Oh, that's amazing. No one's ever called me Daddy Chaos before. That's my father. What the hell, guys? Just good morning, Chaos Crew. Good morning, A guy. Good morning to everyone. Easy here, of course. Not the House Hippo Dump. Oh yes, we have the House Hippo Dump this morning, guys. Yes, we do. Good morning. Let's wake up on the right side of the bed with the House Hippo Dump. 72,400 on Bitcoin.
They call it dump. Big, massive dump.
Dump it. Yes. But we're doing so well, says Easy, but that's the effect that POWELL has on the market. And he hasn't even spoken yet, guys. Wait till he starts speaking. We'll see if we get some more volatility. Yep, 72,400 on Bitcoin. Of course, last night, winning, tired of winning. We called for a baseline bear. Landed right on top of my bear target this morning. Yikes. And, I'm glad it stops here. Hopefully it stops here. Powell doesn't start talking until about 2 o'clock this afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. So we do have a little bit of time, right? A little bit of time to hopefully correct in the right direction. Looks like the foreign market wanted to take some off the table ahead of our scheduled FOMC meeting. More likely that Powell's not going to do anything anyway, but he could have a lot of things to say with AI taking over. Of course, jobs, we're losing jobs at a rapid rate. Inflation's on the rise, affordability crisis in America, housing, and then oil. Oil just spiked to about $110 this morning. Let's get into it, guys. And see what we are dealing with today. All right, I got a whole bunch of clips this morning from Doomberg.
Brent spiking to over $108 a barrel as a strike on Iran's South Pars gas field escalates tensions.
And that happens on Fed Day. It's decision day at the Federal Reserve. Chair Powell may shed light on how the Iran war is reshaping the economic outlook.
Plus, PIMCO, 6th Street, and Bill Dudley join the chorus of warnings or calming messages on private credit. PIMCO President Christian Stracker joins us this hour.
I'm not so sure Christian is going to calm us. He's been warning about that underwriting.
No, but Dudley was like, it's
okay,
cool.
Yes,
this is not 2008.
Okay, fair enough.
And I was there.
He was indeed there. So,
all right, we got
many worries for the market to be focused on, but maybe retail isn't one of them. I want to show you what Macy's is doing.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell Macy's is doing. I don't know how they're still surviving. All right, yeah, so we got more clips.
Economics and policy correspondent Michael McKee, who's in Washington for the Federal Reserve decision. Mike, what did the data look like?
Data are ugly, Danny. A 0.7% rise month over month in the producer price index for February puts the year over year number at 3.4%, up from 2.9%. The core, and there's 2 different cores with PPI, but we do the X-Trade one because of the way this is put together. Up 0.4% in January, now up 0.5%, 3.5% rate on a year over year basis. And this tells the Fed that there's still inflation pressure out there, particularly since goods prices went up 1.1%. Maybe that's tariffs, but service prices were up 0.5%. And these are February numbers. This is all before the war. And you have to...
Yes, all before the war. Milk, Easy coming in with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Easy. Easy says, what, no super chats? You're really milking my milkers. Oh my God, you guys in the over on the Patreon are crazy with that, man. That Jim Carrey clip from, I'm trying to remember what movie that was. A long time ago. That really got to me last night. It's so freaking funny. I forgot about that movie. Yeah, Me and Myself and Irene, right? Isn't that movie? I think that's that movie. Anyway, yes. You guys really kicking me in the balls this morning, man. Right in the taint. Right in the tape, bro. those super chats. Oh my God, you guys are too much. All right. I got more clips, of course, from Doomberg this morning.
Brent crude, as we just saw, topping $108 a barrel after Iran said U.S. and Israeli airstrikes hit its giant South Pars gas field, escalating attacks on critical energy assets. Meanwhile, Tehran is showing no sign of backing down, vowing revenge for the killing of its security chief, or chiefs, maybe I should say plural. President Trump spoke yesterday.
We're not ready to leave yet, but we'll be leaving in the near future. We'll be leaving in pretty much the very near future. But right now they've been decimated from every standpoint. And again, we've had great support from countries in the Middle East, great support, but we've had no support from, essentially, no support from NATO.
Joining us now is Bloomberg Washington correspondent Tyler Kendall at the White House, and I think the president may...
All right. So yeah, and also back and forth on like, we don't need help, but hey, why isn't anyone helping us? I think that might have been that part of that clip there. A lot of going on right now this morning, right before the Fed meeting. Probably not going to have time to get to it. We only have about 2 minutes remaining until the opening bell, guys. We get another clip here. This is another scare on AI, I believe.
Chart of
the next one.
The global benchmark. It just continues to climb higher and higher. This leg higher here on news that the U.S. has attacked the U.S. and Israel together have attacked a big gas field in Iran. And then Iran says now everything's on the table. They will start to attack the energy infrastructure, or they feel that they are allowed to, of Gulf neighbors. So keep watching this space. 108.50 is the level on crude. Let's get now to high interest. Look what else is making headlines around the world. Japan's Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi is heading to
Japan coming to America.
President Trump tomorrow.
Oh, man, we so blessed. We so lucky.
Extremely difficult after rejecting his demand for warships in the Strait of Hormuz. Because Japan's laws prevent sending warships, she's expected to offer logistics support instead. Obviously, Japan uses that oil as well. Oaktree founder Howard Marks is warning that AI's power is making markets harder to predict. He spoke with Bloomberg's Lisa Abramowitz at the Capital Markets Industry Conference.
Well, I think most people are underestimating the impact of AI. Roughly 18 days ago, on a Friday, that a company called Block, which had 10,000 employees, announced that 4,000 of them were out. 40% of the workforce gone in one day.
One day.
To do the work cheaper.
We were talking about that 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Now, Disney's annual shareholder meeting today marks a formal passing of the baton as Parks chief Josh D'Amaro takes over as CEO from Bob Iger in his second term. The shift. All right,
and the rest is Disney. I'm over it. We have about 30 seconds until the opening bell. Yeah, we got the doom. It's already starting to shake the markets. Look at the doom, guys. Look at the doom on the day, not the month. The day. Oh, look at that. It's gonna roll up our sleeves and get into some shit. It's gonna be one of those days, guys. One of those days. Papa Pow. Gonna be talking in about 5 hours? 5 hours from now, something like that. Of course, we're gonna have an intermission in between.
The world of business.
All right, so yeah, we got about 30 seconds waiting for them to come back over here. Bitcoin right now sitting at 72.4, down about $2,000 this morning from the foreign market. Of course, you guys just joining us, winning. So tired of winning.
So much.
You guys know, yeah. Calling for baseline bear last night, landing on top of our bear. Right on the nose. Thank you, Chaos Magic. And this is why we burn all the money all the day, all the damn day. Thank you. Oh my God, my altar has seen, quite better days. I'll burn some more money this afternoon too, as POWELL starts to speak. We need to help the economy a little bit, since of course they're not cutting rates, and even if they did cut rates, they'd be doing us even more dirty by printing more money. Let's see what else we got. They're over here on the bell, ringing right now.
This war escalates. Farmer Mac ringing the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange. A pretty diverse team over there, but look at this diversity, if you can call it that. Not one dude on the stage ringing the bell at the NASDAQ market site. And the cool thing is there is a Red Bull Racing Academy driver here with the chief commercial officer, I believe, of Rocked, and they're celebrating. Hopefully, we see an opening up of Formula
An all
One.
girls
Hopefully we see
cast
rule
there.
changes, 'cause it's awful to watch. It's just
that is
the
not what they're
hybrid
doing there.
aspect is horrendous, and I hope that the women can make it better.
That's obviously not why they're there, Matt. But you know, opinion noted. It's fine. Formula One has been so good this season.
I can't.
The battles, Lewis
But
Hamilton
how can you
is
watch
back
a battle?
in there.
Somebody behind the winning driver all of a sudden has twice as much power, or the guy in front all of a sudden gets cut down to nothing.
Do you hate DRS too? Should they get rid of that?
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
Just naturally aspirated, big-inch motors that wail as fast as they can at every part of the track.
You and I vehemently disagree on this. I couldn't disagree more. Okay, anyway, let me show you what Macy's stock is doing, something completely different. Shares are up 6%. Look, we have fears about oil. Are consumers still going to be able to spend as much? What is geopolitics?
Hell no.
It's not having an impact right now. People are still spending, and Macy's had a much better
I don't
outlook.
understand
We also
how
heard from
or
the
why.
airlines earlier this week.
Who the hell's
Matt,
buying shit at Macy's?
Things look okay.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing to see that. I guess we haven't gotten to a point when gas prices are really catching anyone's eye. We're not at $4 as far as national average yet. I did see that California is over $5.50. Right.
Damn.
New York, we're at a measly
Grandma,
$3.50.
stop spending on the credit card.
NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang comparing chatbot OpenClaw to ChatGPT, or sending some tech stocks higher, although NVIDIA itself is down 0.5%. Separately, Alibaba and Baidu are raising prices by as much as 30% for their respective AI products. And so that is driving the ADRs of those two stocks higher.
All right. Who we have this on this morning?
Investment strategy at
Okay.
equities at BNY Wealth. And Alicia, let's talk about
BNY
consumer.
Mellon. Let's see what else they have to say. We'll give them about a minute.
We see stocks like Macy's
Gotta go check on
Consumers
Kramer.
Still spending.
See if he's losing
yet
his shit
bothered
yet
by
this
gas
morning.
price increases at the pump.
Look, it's interesting because the consumer sentiment has been wretched for a year, and actually last year,
Maybe
six of
more,
the
maybe
10
more.
worst consumer sentiment numbers actually happened last year while spending was higher. And coming into this, the fear about the war, of course, is gas at the pump and what that's going to do to spending. It just so happens to be hitting right where we have elevated refunds from the IRS. And so you have a support here of sorts over the next few months into the consumer sector coming from the tax code while oil and gas prices are coming higher. So I think everything we heard from the airlines yesterday and from retail today is suggesting that the U.S. economy is coming into this from a position of strength. And if you just look at the asset classes, you know, before the open, the S&P was down 2.4% since the beginning of the war. Tech was actually up slightly. Yields now are up because of the fear about inflation, but gold is down 7% since the beginning of the war. So you have this really weird cross-asset mix of what the assets are telling us about how long this war is going to go on, and for now the consumer is all in.
What do you do, though, when there's just so much volatility? Yes, stocks have been pretty muted, all things considered. I was looking, yesterday was the first day since March 5th that Brent didn't trade above a 5% range. We got it again today with the most recent headlines of Iran targeting more energy facilities. What do you do with that type of market volatility?
Look, I mean, we've expected volatility this year regardless, right? Because, you know, we came into markets, you know, with a high multiple, very high expectations of earnings. Pretty much all strategists out there were very bullish on the year. So that alone tells you you're probably going to have more volatility this year. And we saw it. We had a violently flat market coming into the war where you have massive rotation. It's a down cap, international, emerging markets, and tech actually down and underperforming since November 1st and continuing that. That made for a violently flat market where you had some sectors down 30%.
Come on, give me something besides a history lesson, lady.
So that is a difficult
BNY Wealth.
Difficult for the top line. It is a stock picker's market. But here, I think you just have to watch what the asset classes are telling you. And it's telling you volatility now, stability later, and normalization later. And of course, the big question is, if that is wrong, none of this is being priced into the market. There is some complacency.
Recession?
And you don't really see the left tail risks being priced in yet. And that is
okay.
So,
Yeah, I mean, look.
All right. I'm over it. Let's go over to CNBC real quick. Talking about Amazon stocks lower for the first time in 3 days. Kramer and friend reacts.
They talked about Medallia being overvalued. Now, there was apparently a Qualtrics bond that was pulled, David. That was one of the ones that that's an enterprise, that same kind of thing as Medallia, customer experience.
Yeah.
All right, I'm kind of over it. Everyone, of course, is just kind of taking some off the table in preparation for Powell and the meeting. It just seems like that's the case this morning. 72,500 on Bitcoin. Of course, all assets are being pulled back right now. Oil now up closer to $110 a barrel. Again, the day before. It's amazing though. Like the timing couldn't be better. For them to be targeting that infrastructure over in the Middle East. That's funny. Let's take a look and see how the headlines are shaping up this morning as well. Back with you guys in the chat. See how you guys are feeling. I just threw a poll up here. How much do you think gas is going to be the national average by April? Is it going to be $3.50? Which we kind of started this month at, right? $3.50. Is it going to be $3.75, $4, or is it going to be $4.25? Looks like you guys are leaning towards more doom for $4.25. Just reminding you guys we're more bullish on Monday than you have been in weeks. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy how everyone flips all the time. All right, Dow falls 200 points as after hot inflation reading. The Fed decision coming soon. Of course, it's already out. We have the Fed issues the latest interest rate decision on Wednesday. Here's what to expect according to CNBC. We'll dive into that here first. Wholesale prices rose about almost a full percent in February, 0.75%, much more than expected, and up to 3.4% annually. Yikes! Oh, wow. 3.4%, people paying a lot more for everything they're buying in the stores. Jim Cramer's top 10 things, blah, blah, blah. Israel says it killed Iran's intelligence minister in the third assassination attempt in 2 days. Disney embarks on new CEO. No one can pull that dumpster fire back to reality. Oil prices topped $108 on the report of Israel bomb natural gas infrastructure in Iran. I guess we could mention that. We'd already covered it a little bit this morning, but we can go a little deeper. It's not just oil. Aluminum prices have surged as Iran conflict choked supply. One of our Chaos crew members were talking about aluminum not too long ago. It might have been Magman or someone else, of course, familiar with that market more than I. It may have been Brave too. I don't know. Let me know in the chat if you guys were talking about the aluminum. It was just a few weeks ago, not that long ago. Let's see. Fed is still cut rates later this year, even as high oil prices spark on uptake in inflation. They're stuck. They are stuck. They have to cut at some point, because if they don't, we go into recession. If we go into recession, we slow down the economy, and that's one thing they don't want to have to happen. And of course, you don't want to prevent people from rioting and taking all the riches from all the top 10% anyway. What else we got? Iran launches retaliatory strikes on Israel and the U.S. assets after security chief Larijani is killed. I think we also talked about Larijani. I guess that was yesterday. I guess they were targeting him still in the headlines, but they didn't have actually killed him yet. I don't know. I can't keep track of this stuff. It's developing too fast. Mortgage refinance demand plunges 19% after interest rates shoot higher. Again, no one can get out of their houses fast enough right now. I have friends and family trying to get out as well right now. Cuba partially restores power and vows unyielding resistance to U.S. oil blockade as Trump again threatens to have a peaceful takeover probably in the next few weekends from now. Trump also saying he's going to pull back troops soon from Iran. So it could be happening in the next few weekends, guys. So get your popcorn ready. It's going to be a wild year. All right, we got a whole bunch of headlines to jump into. Let's spend a little bit of time here. I don't want to spend too much time, though. Fed issues the latest interest rate decision on Wednesday. Here's what to expect, according from CNBC this morning. Markets are pricing in near zero chance that Federal Reserve will be cutting interest rates at this meeting or any other in the near future. Updates to the economic and rate projections are also expected to be show anything dramatic when the decision is released Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, we're going to be doing another show closer to that time. We usually come back at about 15 before the meeting, so we'll be back here at around what is it typically 10 minutes prior. We'll be there about 1:50 Eastern Standard Time, back for Powell's speech. There'll be, of course, 3 episodes today. On top of everything else, there's also a lingering political air over the Fed. And let's get into a little bit of this here. With an April rate cut almost entirely priced out, Powell's ability to guide markets depends on the extent on which they will perceive his comments as representing the committee's conscience rather than his own views. Bank of America's Fed Watchers Tool noted, said in the note, even setting the constraint aside, Powell will have his work cut out for him. Former Fed Vice Chair Roger Ferguson told CNBC he expects the committee to be circumspect in his post-meeting statement as it characterizes inflation, unemployment, economic growth, and the expected path of policy. Don't forget the AI fears and the jobs, job numbers, everything else we got swirling around. The question in front of everyone's mind is, what do they say, if anything, about the future and how they think about changing the balance of risks, he said. I do have the bingo card. We still have to finalize this afternoon as well. I'm sure we have plenty of time in the to pregame that before Powell comes out, and we're about, of course, 10 minutes early. I'm more than worried about the higher inflation. The Fed has about 2% target. They've been away from the target for multiple years now, actually. He said at some point there's going to be starting to come into question whether or not the 2% target is really what the Fed's aiming at, and so much more worried about that. And everyone, of course, is wondering, what's this a 2% target? 2% target. Well, that's 2% that they're able to steal from you every year, according to their numbers. And the reality is closer to 10 or 15% they're stealing from you every day by, of course, quantitative easing, or what we call, of course, money printing. Money printer. Money go burr, guys, and then more of these silly pieces of paper are issued and printed. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Jesus. What a mess. I'm already making a mess this morning. I can't stop myself. Jeez, I just can't stop myself. All right, so that's what we're to be expected this morning from Powell. Papa Powell already cracking the whip this morning in his presence, of course, in just a few hours. Wholesale prices rose to about 0.7%, about 0.75% in February, much more than expected. And again, this is before the war on oil and infrastructure. Much more than expected, in 3.4% annually. The producer price index, a measure of the pipeline costs and producers receive for their products, increased to a seasonally adjusted 0.7% on the month. Core PPI was up 0.5% already. On a 12-month basis, PPI inflation was at 3.4%, the most since February 2025, while core is at 3.9% according to the BLS. Food prices rose 2.4%, while energy was up 2.3%. Within the food index, of the fresh and dry vegetables soared 48.9%. That's insanity. We're just hurting here, guys. We're just hurting. So much winning.
So much.
So much winning. Oh, jeez. Prices top $108 a barrel on a report of Israel bombed natural gas infrastructure in Iran. Oh, man, there's a lot of stuff to cover this morning. Oil prices rose more than 4% on Wednesday. Reports that Israel bombed natural gas infrastructure in Iran. Brent prices, the international benchmark, rose 4.5% to $108 a barrel. U.S. prices traded about 1.4% higher to about $98 per barrel at 9 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. All right, and again, the idea is here we don't want to be destroying this infrastructure for the next hopeful, peaceful regime in Iran. I guess that's the narrative they want to try to play. But Israel says, screw you, we're just going to bomb the hell out of it anyway. We just still don't even know if Netanyahu's alive, guys. We keep seeing these videos of him with extra fingers, of course, AI-driven models throwing together crap, slop, that he's still doing things and still in meetings and stuff. They had another video out just the other day where his ring just disappeared in the middle of the video. Obviously, it's fake stuff. He's probably not around anymore. If he is, he's in the hospital. Iran launches retaliatory strikes on Israel and U.S. assets after Security Chief Larjani is killed. After another one of Israel's attempts, they finally killed another one of their security chiefs. Iran has intensified attacks targeting Israel and U.S. assets in the Middle East. A series of attacks came after Israel killed Iran's Secretary Chief Ali Larijani, the head of the country's Supreme National Security Council. Iran's Supreme National Security Council confirmed the death of Larijani by the Associated Press. Okay, all right. Oh my gosh, so much stuff. Cuba partially restores power as President Diaz-Canel vows unyielding resistance to the U.S. and their oil blockade. Cuba has partially restored its power grid following a nationwide blackout that reportedly lasted more than 29 hours, a full day for the whole country. The communist-run island nation is facing its biggest test since the collapse of the Soviet Union, the U.S. oil blockade. U.S. President Donald Trump earlier in the week that he thinks he will have the honor of taking Cuba. And he said he'll do whatever the hell he wants with it. That's literally his words, not mine. He'll do whatever he wants with it. Mortgage refinance demands plunges 19% after interest rates shoot even higher. The average contract interest rate for a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is conforming loan balances increased to 6.3% from 6.19%. Rates hit highest level since December 2025. Applications for a mortgage to buy a house rose 1% for the week. And again, right now it costs, the average home buyer is about in their 40s right now. You can't afford to buy a house in your 20s anymore. No way. They're living at home until they're 40-year-old virgins now, guys. Well, we've created this situation. All right. Let's get back in the chat and see how you guys are doing. Bitcoin's still holding 72 in that range. Again, if you guys are just joining us, winning, calling for a baseline bear last night, falling right on top of our bear target. Yikes.
Win so much,
Yikes.
You may even get tired of winning.
I am tired of freaking winning. I wanted to be wrong so bad today. So freaking bad. All right. But you know what? It's predictable, I guess. It's predictable. The chaos, of course, chaos will show you the way. Yes, EZ says NATO is stupid. NATO wants the war to stay in Europe. That's why, says Mario Gomez. Crypto Quinton says, good morning, guys. Good morning, Crypto Quint. Let's do, of course, a lightning round into the chaos chat real quick and see if I can catch up with you guys fast enough. EZ says, Trump's chaos magic sucks. It sucks. Strawberry Dragon's here. Of course, our favorite flavor of dragon. Good morning, Strawberry. Good morning. We love you. John Doe says brave allies are already in debt. Trump's just getting our money's worth today. Beck Horizontal says mother effers saw Macy's was up 6% on the news and hit the sell button, down 2% in 30 seconds. John Doe says I'm not a fan, but we need to press foreign allies to put up and shut up in the global protection bullshit, in my opinion. Strawberry Dragon says gas was $3.35 a gallon yesterday. Really? I haven't seen it that low here or in Florida when I was down there in the last 3 months. I am in Utah. It was $2.75 last Friday. And what? Damn, that's some cheap gas prices out there in Utah. Oh no, Strawberry, that's cray-cray. Yeah, that is cray-cray. John Doe says we need more consumer protections and utilities, including gas, 6 months to process crude to refine gasoline. We're also we're in the middle of the month now in March. Investors are already over there, of course, eyeing all of the infrastructure in Venezuela. Brave Hermit Freedom says Middle East will now pull back all those trillions they've invested in the AI data centers now. Mark my words, Trump screwed the pooch when he bowed to Netanyahu. And I'm assuming you say in the Middle East, right? And the Strait being closed is leading to the industrial shutdown. The same industries which will use lots of silver are not using much silver now. And now metals are pulling back again as a result. It's coming from Brave Army Freedom, of course, giving you the alpha this morning. Thank you so much, Brave, for that. But we did get a little bit of, I guess, positive sentiment from Trump on the Middle East allies. He said that they are the only ones really coming in to kind of help. I mean, it is in their backyard. They had no choice. So I don't know if that's been completely destroyed yet. We'll see how this develops. In those partnerships in the Middle East. Of course, if you guys we're talking about the tour of Middle East that Trump did with the Trump family and Elon last year. Brave Heart Freedom also says, yep, Trump and Netanyahu's war is now collapsing the economy, the global economy. Goodbye to any rate cuts at all in 2026, according to Braveheart. I don't know, man. I think they're still going to have to do it to facilitate the economy later in the year after we do get a Fed chair swap. By the way, the Clarity Act will lead to a dump, not a pump, as we see the hope of per blockchain baked in baking. I'm in baker. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Funny how inflation numbers don't include fuel or fuel prices. Yeah, go figure, right? Go figure. And then they took one of my favorites off, coffee. They took coffee off. They construed it to some sort of way, but the coffee's out of hand, man. The coffee's out of hand. It's ridiculous how much that's gone up year over year. Food inflation going crazy. Brave Farm Freedom. Yes, it has. It has. You're gonna eat bugs. You will eat the bugs. Says Crypto Quit in the chat. Yes. And you will be happy. You will own nothing, and you will eat the bugs, and you will be happy. Six Finger Yahoo. They never said that before. You own nothing and eat the bugs and be happy. I love that one. Crypto Quinn saying too much wicking. Too much wicking. Yes, too much wicking. Trump stole Venezuela's oil. That's cutting it off from Cuba, causing Cuban power grid failure, which depended on Venezuela oil. Trump is making America's hated around the world at this point. Yes. He was actually asked again on an interview, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, if America was still the world police. And he says, yes, we are. Yes, we are. NATO ain't doing nothing. We ain't doing nothing from NATO. Nothing at all. So he still thinks that we're the police, but it looks like we are kind of the world's bully right now. Israel's trying to bankrupt America with this war and cause a potential civil war if the draft comes, says Pat Stackums. And that's another fear we have right now with the draft. And they just made changes to that recently, too, which is kind of like coincidence. I don't know. I don't believe in coincidences. Let's get back to it, guys. See what else Doomberg has for us.
Some insurance companies
PIMCO president
to some extent, but it is nothing like what we saw with the banks and with the securitization problems that we saw in 06, 07. That said, you could still have real second-order impact here from a credit tightening, and that credit tightening will come. There will be less and less growth in direct lending. There will be less and less growth in lending below investment grade, which has been the source of credit extension over the last several years as households have been paying down debt. Corporates have been levering up, particularly below investment grade corporates, whether it's private or public corporates. And that is going to slow. It's slowing already. It's going to continue to slow. And that credit tightening is going to trickle out into the rest of the economy. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it moves into a very serious shock to the economy by any means, but we have to be realistic that this has been the source of credit growth in the economy over the last several years, and it will be a source of credit tightening for the next years to come.
I don't like this idea of the private credit seeing the cooling, not a private crisis. That is definitely a new contrarian view. We'll see how that goes. As of right now, yeah, people are still making a run for those firms and getting some of that out. Let's take a look and see what else is going on CNBC. I need more chaos, man. I need some more doom. I guess it's time to get into some crypto news. Yeah, 9:52 a.m. It's close enough, of course, to 10 a.m. as we usually get into the crypto news. Let's take a look at Cointelegraph this morning. See what we got going on. Red Dot Pay defends team reshuffle, IPO plans. They're showing that coin there. Bitcoin stalls at the 76,000 key Bitcoin price levels to watch. Cointelegraph, you got nothing for me this morning. Trump meme coin whales piling ahead of the Mar-a-Lago event. Of course, the Mar-a-Lago event where Trump is going to have that luncheon. Of course, hosted for his top holders of Trump coin. Nothing here, man. Nothing. We're getting into, of course, news from yesterday. It's going to be kind of a stale news day until, FOMC begins. Let's see. Let's go over to the Daily Hodl. Yeah. Starbucks sends data breach alert to customers after unauthorized third-party access names, of course, social security numbers, financial account numbers, and more. It's like every single week, guys, we're getting another company that you know and love, or at least trusted before, getting, of course, all of their user data breached. Anything else happening here? There's nothing really else here in crypto. And we're going back to March 17th news. So again, old. It's going to be really, really stale, I feel like, today. Let's see. We're looking at cryptonews.com now. SEC Chair Paul Atkins floats safe harbor exemptions for crypto. That was, of course, making the headlines over on crypto Twitter last night. We covered that breaking last night. I thought it was old news because it was kind of the same rhetoric we had before, and the list of coins was almost the same list with a few added to it that we had on the crypto stockpile back in January last year. It's almost like they knew this was the plan to begin with, and they kind of just withheld that information because no one's even mentioned the crypto stockpile since like February or March of last year. So that, of course, happened yesterday at Crypto Twitter. I'm going to dive into that again. If you guys didn't hear about that, we, of course, talked about it last night over on Crypto. I'm sure Crypto Twitter is still talking about it, too. Let's do some doom scrolling over here. Microseller is still shilling stretch volatility and has reached an all-time low of 1.5%, driving its sharp ratio on top of the high 5.3%, setting a new record for adjusted performance. Okay. He's going to be buying more Bitcoin next week, guys. Loshimi, maturing at Realize FTX, is one of the best crypto investors in the industry. Okay, shout out to whatever there. What else? U.S. and Israel baffled by the Iran's underground ghost missile launchers. Yeah, I think we saw this a few weeks ago, too. Okay, breaking Square to auto-enable Bitcoin payments for millions of sellers. This is coming from Jack Dorsey's company's Block, or Square. Square, Block, Triangle.
What are you, stupid?
It's a shape. Okay, Square will enable Bitcoin payments for all eligible sellers starting March 30th, 2026, according to the updated terms of service that's sent out to users. The change means that millions of businesses using Square could now soon begin accepting Bitcoin by default, rather than opting in manually. The rollout is part of the Block's broader push to integrate Bitcoin payments across its ecosystem, leveraging the Lightning Network for fast, low-cost transactions. Sellers will have the option to disable the feature, automatically convert Bitcoin to USD at the point of sale. Nice. Nice. With Square powering millions of merchants globally, this marks a major step towards making Bitcoin a standard payment method in everyday commerce. Yeah, I mean, all they have to do is literally turn on that switch, accept USD, and then transfer that to Bitcoin, and then yeah, everyone else, of course, like Steak and Shake, can start amassing a Bitcoin treasury for their company quite easily too. What else we have? This is what I was referring to here. Coin Bureau, of course, covering this again. A huge shout out to the SEC that just confirmed XRP is now a security, and of course all the other list of assets down below. Of course, all these are now officially commodities. This is Aptos, Avalanche, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, Chainlink, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Hedera, Litecoin, Polkadot, Shiba Inu, Solana, Tezos, and XRP. Interesting that Polkadot's in here, guys. Everyone's been ignoring this little pink sleeping dragon for quite some time, which is still quite on the list of eligible assets that are going to be utilized for possibly the Web3 version of TikTok. Coming soon. The deal's already done. Today, Senator Tim Scott says he expects the first stablecoin yield compromise proposal to land on his desk before the end of the week. And that was, of course, a catch-up from yesterday. All right, guys, it seems like we're running into a wall here. We already caught up with the news here over on X. We'll do some more doom scrolling later if we can't find anything else. Let's go back over the TradFi, see if anything else is breaking for you guys over there. And yeah, Bitcoin's still trying to come down and correct to 72,000. And we finally broke this. I've been saying for days, when were we going to get a pullback? Today just seems like the perfect storm for a pullback. And I was expecting it. I was just waiting patiently. And yeah, we still can pull back to at least 68,000, 69K, be bullish on that area too, as well, as seeing the overall trend line, which is all the way down to about 65, 64K, and still be on the uptrend, guys, on the uptrend. This would be very dramatic, but I'd be okay with it. And I hope so. I hope you guys will be okay with it too. I guess the broader market will overreact when it happens. Easy coming in with a clip here from the Crypto Squire over on X. Let's take a look at this over there as well, guys. Don't forget, I also need to shield my channel. Oh, jeez, my wife looking at me while I wait for XRP to reach a new all-time high. Yeah, someone shared that over on the Patreon too. Speaking of the Patreon, guys, I don't know how to help you if you're not over there. It's only $15 a month, less than probably a bag of coffee now, or actually two coffees now from Starbucks. Two coffees. Less, of course, than 2 coffees from Starbucks, or yes, a bottle of Tito's, or a date with your mom. It's only $15 a month to hang out with the Chaos crew, and yeah, make some money with us on the side. We did see a pullback in one of our coins that were over there. Could be a great point of entry. And again, yeah, to find out which coins we're in, just join, of course, the Chaos crew. It's only $15. And of course, you can support the Chaos as well. All right, let's get back over to Doomberg. They're on break. Take a look at CNBC, see what they're talking about. I think they're on break too. Yeah, they're on break too. And go one more test of Doomberg, see if they're back yet. Yep, they're back, and they're talking about the war.
I'm Danny Berger,
no, they're not.
and this.
That's just another ad. All right, promo piece there. We'll give them a second, but as of right now, 72,100. Let's take a look at Yahoo. Thanks again, John, for suggesting we cover Yahoo in the morning. Stock slide as a hot PPI inflation, because you ain't getting nothing with Fox B, man. You ain't getting nothing with Fox B. Look at this stupid crap every morning. It's McDonald's, Steak and Shake. Consumers, there's poison in our food. Don't watch out, guys. It's always something stupid. Of course, driving of the more the normie centric mindset there. Let's see. Fed decision on deck. What to expect amid the oil shock. Of course, we already talked about that at verbatim this morning from CNBC and Bloomberg. Of course, we're going to cover that later when we come back from our break. Macy's stocks pop as earnings beat low expectations. Israel says another Iran chief killed. Tehran, of course, is all the same stuff we covered earlier. Nothing new. Nothing new. Producer prices surge in February, complicating Fed's path. Let me see what I asked you guys earlier. How much do you think the average of gas is going to be in April? You guys are saying 425. You're going with the most doomed scenario. I love it. I love it. My chaos crew. You guys are doomtastic. Super doomtastic. How about that? Super doomtastic. Oh, shit. That just popped in my head there. That's a good one. Super doomtastic. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, shit. I might need a minute from that. I can't stop laughing. So, yeah. Oh shit! Wake up! Don't stop it! Stop it! Okay, 72,000 holding right now on Bitcoin, ending a low of 72K. Let's check back on the chat with you guys now. We're running out of news. Everyone's waiting for Papa Powell. It's the calm before the storm. We already seen a little bit of that storm start to approach, obviously. Let's take a look and see. Is there anything else we can talk about? We can talk about the overall sentiment right now. Let's just go through the numbers real quick. We're waiting for some of that to come back. Here we go. Fear and greed index for the stock market today sitting at 21. Some of the lowest levels we've seen in the U.S. stock market and traditional TradFi. 21, extreme fear. Coming out before the Fed meeting. Love it. So much doom. Let's see how crypto's doing. We were at a high of a traditional fear at 23, 24. I think the high we saw this week was 26. Not too bad of a recovery. Where are we at this morning? Back to 26. Nice. Before the Fed meeting and after the pullback on Bitcoin. I do like seeing this. This is awesome. Let's take a look and see what else we got going on the Dixie. 99.8 on the Dixie. A little bit of a rise here, getting back closer to about 100. Again, a lot of fear back into boomer FUD, and the war, of course, rattles on, getting back to about 100 on the Dixie as oil prices also continue to rise. And yes, crypto bubbles. Is there any opportunities right now? The huge pullbacks we see this morning, only about a 1.5% down so far in the overall top 100. Top 200 down 2.5%. Pippin now down 34% on the day. Damn! Could be a really good entry there. I might throw a few $100 at this. Man, that looks juicy. 11 cents 3. Right now on Pippin. And again, this is one of our swings we're looking at over on my Patreon. Just a little sneak peek, guys. A little sneak peek. We've been, of course, waiting for another entry on Pippin. All right, let's see what else we got. Again, not quite ready to get into that just quite yet, but I might start the DCA today, depending on where we are before Powell's meeting. Let's see what's going on the day. Siren's up the most right now. It's on the day, about another 20%. Of course, this thing's been moving all week. Now up 71% on the week on Siren. Still up almost 2,000% on the year on that last rip. Again, the beautiful AI agent plays are going to be on the spotlight as that narrative comes back into play. And it starts to trend again. Meme Core, that's of course the social-driven Meme Core project, is up 11% on the day. And River. We have a little bit of a pullback pretty much in the broad market. Again, about 1 to 2%. Looking at the weekly here, looking for assets that are down at least 15 or 20. Even with this pullback, guys, we're still not seeing anything significant. Not enough blood, man. There's nothing here. I would not throw any money at Picoin, so I'm ignoring that entirely. I think it can go sit in a fire in the corner. We still have a lot of assets still up since the pullback. Rivers are still holding 63% gains on the week. Tau 35, BitTensor, of course, great project with Fetch AI coming back from the dead as well. Other AI projects coming back on the news of agentic AI focus from NVIDIA. It's still not really going to be infrastructure. Really not still there yet. We still have a few more years, and if anything heats up with Taiwan, that could be all dead in a minute. Let's see anything anything else? Zcash also, the privacy coin sector still killing it. River and Zcash still moving more on the week. Again, where's the blood? Where's the pain? Where's the suffering? I want to buy it. And there's nothing here. On the monthly, we're looking for 30s and 40s. And the highest we have is Pepe. Pepe at 20%, man. You do this to me, man. There's nothing to buy right now. In my opinion, you got to go all the way out to the 3 month, and even then, it's like, where's the 50% off on a 3 month pullback? I want to see something down 50%. ENA is the only thing we have close to that. 46% off ENA, and Aptos down 36% on the 3 month. This is ridiculous. There's nothing here, guys. Where is the blood? Where's the blood? Let's take a look at the top 200 doing the same thing as well. On the day, Pippin is the oversold the most. Again, I told you a little bit about that project earlier. Down on the week, 65% off Pippin. Well, the only thing we're looking at here, 15s and 20s. Pippin, Kitespin's been on a massive sell-off here recently. I'm not sure what's going on with that project. I know that some of the influencers here on YouTube have been shilling it recently. I'm not quite sure what the narrative is on that one, but it's a steadily down and to the right. Maybe it's something you want to look up to. It's significant. It's twice the amount that we're looking up on our criteria. We're expected on a weekly sell-off basis. Let's take a look at Bard. Bard's also down 25%, and Hex down 20%. Those are your only real picks here. I guess with Pulse Chain too. Pulse Chain down 15%, and Humanity token, which again is a very dystopian future scenario for the world. If you guys know about that reference there. 20% off on Humanity token. So that's it, guys. That's what you got here to choose from. I'm honestly kind of just over it. I want to watch the world burn and maybe throw some more money at Pippin. Let's see. Anything else here on the monthly? We're looking for 50s, 40s, anything. Pippin, Humanity, and Optimism. Again, it's the same three. 30s, 40s, 50s. Minimum. IP Story. I still like IP Story. I think that's probably still the biggest move here that we're probably going to see play out when we do get the market swing back. So I'm still DCing into IP a little bit there when I got some dry powder. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it, guys. That's all we got. On the 3 month here, we're looking for at least 50%. Close to 50%. There's a few more here in the top 200 than there were in the top 100. We got AB. We got Pippin. We got Optimism. We got Bat. Pulse Chain's close at 45% off. And this is ridiculous. This is a 3 month here. With Dog with Hat. You guys want some of that Dog with Hat? It's down 50% off here on the 3 month. Fartcoin. Some of my Patreon members are also looking at Fartcoin right now as well. Guys, Starknet. Oh, also forget about Starknet. Huge pullbacks in some of these coins on the last 3 months. But not enough in my opinion. I want to see that in the monthly, man. I want to see that blood here. I want more volatility. Give me some more volatility. I need it. I need the volatility, man. I need the volatility. All right. So that's all I got for you guys. I wish there was more, but that's my 2 cents on DCA today.
I'd buy that for $1.
All right, let's get back to it, guys. Check back with you guys in the chat. Check in on Doomberg. Doomberg's still on break. Let's take a look with you guys over there. And Bitcoin's still holding 72K. We have about 20 minutes. We're probably going to call it after 20 minutes. Take a break. I got to go to the post office, ship out some eBay sales stuff. And we'll be back, of course, for POW later at about 1:30, 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. POW will try to hurt the Trump's interest in his final speech. Yeah, you think so, John? You think? Because POW really doesn't mention Trump ever. I have done the POW bingo, even after being terrified and terrorized by Trump and his family for over a year now. POW's never actually said Trump's name ever in any of our bingo sessions. I think maybe once out of the last 8 or 9 FOMC meetings that we've done in the past year. Pat Second says, so much for the shrinking national debt with low interest. Yeah, those rates hikes are going to be a balloon, that interest payment. Yeah, exactly. Some experts are saying, I saw another article about that just the other day. Those interest rates, man, are going to be 6 times higher in the next few years. 6 times higher, something crazy like that. John Doe says Powell will try to hurt Trump's interest. Okay, I think I just read that one already. Brave Farmer Freedom says summer gas is pricier because people travel more. I'm not sure gas is any different in the summer besides price. That's right. You're absolutely right, Brave. You're absolutely right about that. We do start to see price hikes around holidays, and today or yesterday was just a national holiday as well with St. Patty's Day. But who's really doing a lot of national travel on St. Patty's? I don't know. But that could be part of that factor as well. You're absolutely right. Pax Stackham says Pippin had mass insider dumpage, and I don't know when it ends. So we were looking at that. So I guess since we're talking about it, I can take a look at Pippin. So we did see a pullback to this support level here, which already got lost. We were playing around with this over the Patreon, had some fun with it. I actually rug pulled for $30. I rug pulled my community. That night, you guys were having fun with us, trading and making a little bit of money with that volatility on Pippin. Just the other night on Monday. We're going to have, of course, another hangout tonight as well over on the Patreon. So you guys aren't a part of the Patreon. It's only $15 a month. Join, of course, the Chaos crew of like-minded individuals. Get over there and make some money with us. No matter what direction we're going, up or down, we're going to find a way to do it. Anyway. So yeah, we're looking for another pullback, and the next stop is about 6-7. How is that for a meme coin? 6 or 7? Yes, 6 or 7 cents. I don't know if it's going to get there, though. That's pretty epic. Pretty epic if it does. But I will be DCing a little bit today, depending on what happens with Papa Pow. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 on Pippin right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just missed it. Blinked, you just missed it. Oh, jeez. Yeah, 12 cents. 3-4. Let's see what else you guys got in the chat. Just a little taste there, of course, what we're looking at for Pippin. Just to tease you guys, just a little taste. Of course, get over there and we'll show you our plays in our entries on our coins. John Doe says, nope, the summer blend has more additives. Braveheart McFreedom. Ooh, really? What? Interesting. I did not know that they changed the formula in the summer on gasoline. Braveheart Freedom says Trump hurts his own interest because he's an idiot and a pathological liar. Braveheart in the chat, of course, your provider of freedom. Where's my coffee? Yes, a Braveheart. the one who's most free in the chat, for sure. John Doe says Trump does suck. Don't think I'm a tard in a red hat. Yes, of course, everyone's out for their own interest as well. Braveheart Freedom says it's possible. John Doe, I've researched and I don't know they raise prices in the summer and people drive more, so I figure they just tax in our asses. Yeah, I still think that's part of it. I just pray his policies help average Americans. Braveheart says they won't. You guys are having a little bit of debate in the chat, so I'm going to let you guys get to it. Ghost Operation says, what is your eBay store name? You sell Otaku Chaos? I do sell Otaku Chaos a little bit there. Jesus. A little bit of chaos over on the eBays. All right, guys, 72,000 holding on Bitcoin. You know what? Maybe I should open a store for the channel on eBay. That'd be fun. Sell off some crazy things over there that some of you guys might know and love. Okay. Let's get back over to Doomberg. They're talking about the stocks.
For Bloomberg News, he's based
oil
in Jerusalem. Dan, we're
what
seeing
are we
a
doing?
lot of rhetoric on both sides, followed up by some expanded attacks on energy infrastructure in the region. What's the latest that you're following right now?
Yes, indeed. It appears that we've now entered a new phase of the U.S.-Israeli assault on Iran, a campaign that's almost 3 weeks old, with an attack claimed so far by Israel on a major gas field in Iran. It's
going to be hard to leave now.
Whose official media are now publishing lists of energy sites in neighboring Gulf Arab countries in what appears to be a clear telegraphing of a threat to strike those in retaliation. This has had the makings of an energy war for several days now, with Iranian attacks on energy facilities in some of its neighboring Gulf Arab countries. It appears now that this is officially a back and forth energy war, and the Iranians are prepared to escalate further.
And that is why we're seeing oil prices elevated, with Brent now above $109 a barrel.
There we go, still climbing.
And whether it can be cleared so that oil shipments can go through is critical to the price of oil prices. So where are we with that? I know the president wants support and has not gotten it in trying to clear that waterway.
Indeed, and to judge from his most recent comments in Washington yesterday, he's pretty much written off many of America's traditional allies in disappointment, in scorn, and it would appear that the U.S. is going to figure out a way to do this itself. We did have signaling from the UAE that it, while a small power, nonetheless powerful by regional standards, might pitch in more actively to help with the Hormuz situation. Israel has also said it will. Obviously, it's a full partner in this war from the outset. The question is, what could it do? It doesn't have a blue water navy. It's on the other side of the region. It has been carrying out long-range aerial strikes and presumably covert activity. Not clear how that could be brought to bear in the Hormuz crisis. What we had overnight was an American airstrike, a 5,000-pound bunker buster bomb dropped, the U.S. says, on a site used to store missiles near there, presumably a site the Americans believe was going to be used to threaten shipping or to fire on ships in the Hormuz. That would appear that the Americans are now adapting their tactics, presumably focusing military firepower on that part of the world in the hope of destroying or deterring the Iranians from harassing ships.
Dan, you mentioned the Israelis, their strike on that Iranian field as an escalation. I assume that when Israel makes such a bold and aggressive move that they have the support and the agreement by the U.S. government and military.
All right. Enough doom speak. I do love that though. Last time oil went up to $120 a barrel. Bitcoin shot up and had it to run. And again, you just pulled back from an 8-day run. On the 9th day, we pulled back. All right, let's see what else we got. President Trump issues a 60-day waiver of the Jones Act. What's going on?
Come back soon. Good to see you, Julian Emanuel. Our roadmap for the rest of the hour still ahead. Goldman's co-head of commodities is going to join us. Talk about the news that we
missed it. Not sure what that's going in. The Jones Act? The Jones Act? 60-day Jones, whatever. Oh, let's see what's going on with that. Issue 60-day Jones Act waiver of low energy. U.S. President Donald Trump a temporary 60-day waiver of the Jones Act, allowing foreign flag vessels to transport oil, gas, and other commodities between the U.S. ports as energy prices rise amid disruptions tied to the Iran conflict. Okay, gotcha. All right, guys. Well, we're running into a wall here. We're going to do one more trip down doom scrolling lane over on X, and then, we're going to call it until Pal comes on live later this afternoon. Let's take a look, see what we have here. Breaking footage of what happens to the 4 comments. Yeah, that's so weird, guys. These comments have been popping up. I shared this with my Patreon or those Discord, I think, actually. I dropped it on Discord. One of these comments actually didn't move like a comment at all. One of the ones they had featured. So I don't know if you guys have seen those. 4 of them have been seen around America in different continents, including America, have been released. It really feels odd. It really does feel odd right now. Different colors, different patterns, and everything else happening with these. I think some of it might be linked to the Space Center. I don't know. But every time we do get war breaking out, we do see a lot more paranormal activity, specifically with UAPs, UFOs, right? And that sort of stuff. All right. When your job makes no sense, but you still need money for crypto. God. Oh, jeez. Conspiracy theories realizing they were right again. Yes, we all are right. My fellow conspiracy theorists, we are all right. XR, a grotesque satire about a diehard XRP fan. Everything I hear is exaggerated to absurdity. What in the world is this? Pretty sure everyone in the community will recognize a little bit of themselves in it. Okay, looks like a little bit of meme here for XRP holders. I'm gonna flip that switch. I'm gonna flip that switch. It doesn't exist. I kind of feel bad for the XRP community. Okay, there are only 2 types of people in the awakening right now. There are 2 types of people. When Normie's just waking up to the truth about the world. People have been aware of it for a while, just saying they're enjoying the show. Yes! I feel like that's me. That's hilarious. Alright, when you finally find out what Palantir... My God, is it just memes this morning? What the hell? Crypto Twitter, what the hell? Oh, jeez. When you finally find out Palantir is a $370 billion company. God. Oh, God. There's the comments again. Yes. People who own Bitcoin and watching the U.S. debt hit $39 trillion. Did we hit it? Did we hit it? Last night we were so close. So close. We were about 7 to 8 days away from hitting it. Yes, we did it! With another big print. There we go. Hello, hello, America. 39 trillion. More money printing, more money printing. Yes, more money printing. As I finish off this $5 bill from this morning. More money printing, yes. Oh, let's go, guys, let's go. And the chaos strikes again. That's got to be a very messy, money burned kind of day. All right. Burn the money. Bricks coming in here. So I made a lot of money with XRP. Me too, Bricks. I did as well. I sold at $3.50 last year. Had a stack of 10,000, of course, from the bear market of 2022. Paid an average of about 40-50 cents, and made an F ton on XRP. But I'm not holding the damn thing. That's for sure. Doomtastic, super doomtastic. XRP is super doomtastic. Yes, Ghost Operations. I still can't believe that came out of my mouth this morning. It's so funny. I did not mean to either. It just happened. Pat Stagnum says, very true, Brave. Had high hopes of anti-establishment, but sold us to Israel. I do love that number, though. $39 trillion U.S. national debt hitting this morning. We're not that far away from 40 trillion either, guys. We're not. It's gonna get there. It's not gonna stop. We're estimated to be somewhere between like 45 in the next year or two. Anyway, we print at least $1 to $2 trillion a year. Of course, that's not including the other national spending bills, everything we have going on right now. Right now, the Fed is also printing an average of $40 to $60 billion a month to rebalance their balance sheet. Quantum easing, of course, this year. On average, it takes us about. We do about $8 billion a day. It's like 6 to 8. I'll be conservative and say 6. Let's see. So if we, what do we need? We need another trilly, right? Another trilly. We're gonna do. How about 90 days? How about 90 days? Boom! There's half a trilly right there in just 3 months. So by the end of the year, we will have, of course, $40 trillion added to the national debt, and of course, don't forget the interest as well. The interest as well is ridiculous. I think it's over $1 trillion right now. 1.2. I think last time we looked at it was like 1.2. Where is it at here? Where's the debt? Where is the debt and the interest on the debt? It's usually right here in the front page. They keep changing this. Yeah, there it is. They're only reporting it just under $1 trillion, but we know it's over $1 trillion. It's like 1.2 by the end of this year. All right, guys. I think that's it. I think that's all I got. I'm excited by this, but I'm also excited by this as well. I showed you guys this last night. Bitcoin on balances, new record lows. Don't forget to get a piece of the pie before it's all gone. You guys know the drill. I do this all the time. It looks like we started seeing a spike back in that, though. It looks like that. So we see this drop yesterday. And it looks like it started coming back up. 2.43 milli. What the hell? That's weird. We saw it lower yesterday. 2.43. Oh yeah. 2.43 was a low, and we're climbing back up a little bit as more get back on the exchanges from this event. Probably coming out of the Middle East as well. They're settling, of course, prices of gas and oil and Bitcoin, and so probably getting a little bit that taken back on the exchange. A little bit of a baby bump there, but for the most part, of course, is the lowest we've ever seen on exchanges ever. Record lows on Bitcoin. So a little bit of a jolt this morning, but still excited either way for, of course, the big picture. Demand really coming eventually for Bitcoin. It's going to be in everything all at once. Rip your face off kind of deal. It's going to make the XRP holders blush. All right, guys, I think that's all I got for you. I'll be back, of course, again this afternoon. I got to go ship some stuff out and get some more coffee. I'm out of coffee. Out of coffee. Need more coffee. Do like the tea though, but it just doesn't do the same. I need more coffee for POWELL. Papa POWELL. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you all in a bit. Be back here soon. Probably going to be here around 1:50 to, of course, facilitate another FOMC meeting. We're going to be doing Our bingo card. Yes, our bingo card. So if you guys have any suggestions, think about what you want to put on the card. Let me know. And we're going to be adding to that as well. Quantitative easing with sticky. We got to add something here still. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, AI. We did some AI scares. I want someone to ask him a question about AI and, of course, the effect of the jobs market. Speaking of jobs, I don't think we have jobs on here as well. We have housing. We definitely have housing. Yes, we do. Housing. Let me know in the chat. Let me know. I would like to get this going before we jump into that meeting. He's never going to say Trump. I usually put that on the outskirts somewhere. Tariffs. He loves saying tariffs because obviously it is a little jab to Trump, even though without saying his name. Transitory, data dependent, yada yada. You know, the same old song and dance. I'll put the boring stuff on the edges as well. Probably not going to mention Bitcoin in any capacity as well. I always put that in the corner anyway. I put Warsh there just because Warsh is, of course, going to be his new Fed chair. I want to see if they're going to ask him about. He's not going to mention anything about stable coins. I'll put that on the side anyway. Digital. I don't know. Let's replace digital with his seat. Right. I want to see if he gets asked about his seat. If he's going to remain on the board. How about this? I'll just put that. Remain on board? Question mark. Just want to see if he's going to get asked that, or at least mention something that in response to a question. Inflation. Is everybody talking about inflation? Is everybody going to be talking about quantitative easing? Maybe. He may not, just because. I don't know where we're at right now. Sticky. He hasn't really mentioned sticky in the last few times. We could definitely move that. Crypto. He doesn't really mention either. I usually throw that somewhere just to throw away as well on that. Gold. It's kind of hit and miss on gold. I want to see, maybe he gets asked about the foreign central banks, maybe bipartisan, yada, 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 dual mandate. It's the same thing. Or get rid of bipartisan. Let's see in the chat. Pounding, what? Dual mandate? Yeah, he's going to say dual mandate. That's on the board. Inflation, yep, brave. Pounding, so much pounding going on. So much pounding? What? What are you talking about? Am I missing something? Is Bitcoin under 70K yet? Let's see. If I can move the damn thing. What the hell, man? What the hell? Adobe, what the F, man? 71,800. Yes, a little bit of pounding. There. 71,800. Still haven't broken 70K yet, so. All right. See, what else? Fed up, stay on the board. Oh, yeah, I do it. Wait. Yeah, I stay on the board. Okay, yeah. I did put that on there last time, huh? All right. Well, I guess I got this one removed now too. What else is going on, guys? Iran been threatening America since 1970s in the chat. Come on, give me some juice, man. I need some juice for the for the bingo card. Sticky gold, Trump. He never says Trump. Quantitative easing, housing. Wearing a purple tie, of course, he's going to be wearing that purple tie. Let's throw that over here. I'm trying to win POW because I don't always win POW. We have like a 50-50 on POW right now. We have like a 97, 98% or 99 on Trump because he says so many things off script. And he reads, of course, the teleprompter so well. But POW is kind of, he's kind of hit or miss with getting bingo. We hit a whole bunch of things all the time. We just never get bingo. I'm trying to line this up in a way we get bingo this time. Reserve, I guess adding to their reserve. That's the idea there. I guess that's still kind of quantitative easing. I want to add something to that. The Fed's balance sheet, I guess. See if they mention, of course, if they're doing any changes to their Fed balance sheet. They should be selling off still. Okay. Or dropping stuff. Pounding Iran. Pounding Iran. I guess we should have him mention Iran at some point, right? Let's put that on there. Iran. War. Last time he didn't mention AI. He didn't even mention AI. I was like, what the hell, man? It's like I'm pretty much sitting us in the face. We're like, oh, it's obvious. And he should at this time mention AI. It's ridiculous if he doesn't. I'm going to place that with Sticky over there. See if we can line this up. Maybe here. Sticky. Of course, he's going to say dual mandate. How about that? How about that? We'll put that Trump in the corner there. We won't get that that one out of that at all. That diagonal. Kind of screwing myself on that diagonal there. Government shutdown. Yada yada. You know what? Wearing the purple tie really should be in the middle. He's got to be wearing that purple tie anyway. So I'm going to get rid of that star. We're going to have some fun with this. Get rid of that freaking star. Papa Pal. Oh, let's yeah, get this back on there. I got to put that white. Yeah, get that back on there. Come on. There we go. Clear that back up. Wearing the purple tie right down the middle, of course. He's going to be wearing that stupid purple tie. Okay, we got one more thing to add, guys. I need something. I need something juicy. Need something juicy. Pouting Iran, AI of energy. POWELL send Bitcoin to 80K. I can always just add the throwaway soon. I like to add that one.
When will then be now? Soon.
That's usually that's always a good one. It's the probability is pretty high on that. You know, someone says something about soon. I don't know. Not POWELL though. POWELL never says soon. Trump says it half the time, but POWELL never says it. I couldn't believe the daddy. Trump saying daddy. Not the last bingo card, but the one before that. I was like, what? That was the most unexpected thing that Trump ever said. They're gonna call me daddy. I'm like, what? What the hell? That's our president. This is crazy. All right. So we can still change bipartisan to something else, guys. He's obviously not going to probably mention crypto. I'll put that in the corner over there. Probably not going to get that diagonal at all. Trump. AI. Yeah, I got to swap AI somewhere else. Maybe here. Swap that with gold. Government shutdown. Oil. This is going to be the one we get. Government shutdown. I don't know if that is still a narrative because we have a partial government shutdown still in effect. They didn't get the Homeland Security sector or whatever didn't get their first paycheck this week. Transitory, bipartisan, sticky. Got to have definitely transitory and sticky both on there, just for a spread. I'm trying to really push this one. Government shutdown. Let's swap that with economy. I'm trying to go for at least this line right there. At least that one. He might not say gold though. We'll swap that with inflation. We're gonna get bingo this time, guys. Screw POWELL. We're gonna get bingo this time. All right, through that there soon. There we go. And stay on the Fed board. That looks good there. We might, other than Bitcoin and crypto, we might want to try to get this line too. The Iran war should be mentioned. And we'll throw the dual main. No, we got to leave that one there. Data dependent. He's obviously going to throw away that one. I'll throw that in the corner too. Put Bitcoin on the corner over here. No, not likely going to get that one as well. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it. I think that's going to be our bingo card. We're all set to go on that. It's 10:30 right now. Let's take a look. Just a quick little overview of the overall markets before we head out. Hang out with you guys in the chat one more time too. What else is going with you guys in the chat? Jacob6 says POWELL send Bitcoin to 80K. Maybe after the FOMC. I think a lot of this is getting priced in right now as we speak. Bricks 478 says I'll give 100 Bitcoin to anyone in the chat if he mentions Molly Ringwald. What? What the hell? What the hell is that, Bricks? Oh, jeez, that's crazy. 100 Bitcoin. Damn, you are an OG if you got 100 Bitcoin, my friend. Damn, my goal is 10. My personal goal is 10. Pax Stagnum says we need an insider to throw a green dildo at the poly market. Much. Yes, of course. You guys get that reference. Perfect. Yes, Pat Stackham's 100%. Easy says, boy, we're really dumping here. Are we really dumping, though? Are we really dumping? I want to see us come down to at least 65, 66. You want a real dump. That's where we got to go. That's where we really got to go. And we haven't even touched it again since February 28th. The last day of February. We haven't touched the trend line on those wicks. I guess you can see if we ignore the wicks. If you ignore the wicks, I guess we've been touching it a little bit there. Of course, keeping that going. But for the most part, we have not come back and tested trend at all. It's just been higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. All right. Let's see what else. 100% Obama was a smooth talker, says Braveheart in the chat. Yes, he was. John Doe says, a Braveheart and freedom. We all got hustled by Obama, says John in the chat. Wow. Hope more like cope. they all have to have their plays, right? Hope for America, save America. It's basically the same damn thing. Same damn thing. Jake the Snake says, like and subscribe. Yes, Jake, like and subscribe, guys. Hit all the buttons down below. Like and subscribe. Do all the things, of course. We gotta head out. Though. It's 10:35. I'm gonna do one more recap. Of course, if you guys didn't catch the morning open, of course, we call for baseline bear on Bitcoin. Winning, too much winning. Yeah.
You may even get
Yep.
tired of winning.
Of course, landing on top of our bear target from last night, right on the nose. And here we are going into a Fed meeting. Usually what happens is we dump, and dump. Fed comes back, we pump up a little bit, we dump a little more. Powell says this, he says that, and then we go see a bit of a recovery after the Fed meeting. It's usually what happens, but today's a little different with, again, some of the war effort and everything else happening right now. We could get a little bit more, Powell jitters after the Fed meeting. So that'd be our bullish case scenario. Bear case scenario would be something like, our baseline would be something like this. So we're covering more into Thursday, Friday. It's going to be our baseline. And then our bear case scenario would be something like this. Boom, boom. Go back to the trend line and come back up over the weekend. This goes into next week too. No, that's still Thursday. That's still not that bearish enough, to be honest. But that's going to be our 3 probabilities for this afternoon. How do you guys feeling? Bear, bull, or baseline? Let me know in the chats. Of course, I'll probably throw a poll up to this right before we go into the Fed meeting anyway, as we usually do. So yeah, that's kind of the outcome we have this evening. I guess this evening in the aftermath from Powell. My guess is we're probably going to be back on at least I guess that is bullish then, that is bullish. It's probably going to be baseline bull, to be honest. We're oversold enough as it is. We have been ripping for 8 or 9 days, and I've been saying we need a pullback. For us to come back down and at least test the overall parallel channel, the bottom of the parallel channel is still fine. It's still fine. I'm not bearish either way. All right. So anyway, guys, that's what we got coming up soon. I will see you guys all in a bit. Again, 2 o'clock Powell comes out, 2 Eastern Standard Time. We'll be here about 10-15 minutes before, the purple tie man rolls on out. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you all in a bit. Again, really soon. Really soon. So see you all soon. Enjoy the house hippo dump. Super doomtastic.
They call them dumps. Big, massive dump.
Fly me to the moon. Let me trade among the stars. Let me see what freedom's like without money and gold bars. In other words, hold my keys. Oh! In other words, let's make history. Oh, do my world is more wrong and let me huddle forevermore and more and more and more and more. I want more. Hollywood shop in the door. In other words, I choose you. In other words, I love you.
What the hell is this, Jake? What the hell? Bitcoin before Powell. Yep.
Jacob, where you go? Jacob!
Where you going, Jacob? All right, guys. We'll see you all in a bit. Have a good one. We'll see you all soon.
When will then be now? Soon.
Come back, Jake.
Watch the cash burn, land fade. A new world rises, we've made the trade. The robots are rising, ICE taking the crown. But we're the ones that won't back down.